Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, you find a way to lose, you find a way to be disappointed in some of these legends who just won't let it go. It's one thing to be part of an exhibition, but Roy Jones, go away, don't come back to fight another day. And you hold your horses and stop taking it to the stupid. Roy Jones Jr., the famous Russian boxer, throwing his name into the hat, wanting to step in if Mike Tyson isn't ready to face the Rooster, the Puerto Rican fighter, Jake Paul. Yo, listen to this, man. We all know Roy Jones said he liked to fight like a cock. Jake Paul, the Puerto Rican YouTube sensation, nickname is the Rooster. So I guess they're trying to see whose cock is more skilled, who has the better cock, and depending on how they fight, whose cock was biggest. One thing for sure is I have no interest in seeing a cockfight, especially seeing Roy Jones get back in the goddamn ring. It's ridiculous, man. 57 years old, Mike Tyson had to pull out of this goddamn fight. They won't even say what's going on with Mike Tyson. But he's 57, people, and, he hasn't really taken care of himself. Smoking. I don't know if he drinks now, but I know he smokes pretty heavily. Used to do drugs, used to drink a lot. He lived a life of a rock star, lifestyle of a rock star. But to see Roy Jones, who looks like he had an exhibition in 2020, he's 55, trying to come out here and fight this guy, Jake Paul. I don't understand. Roy just fought in, no kidding, an officially sanctioned bout last year. And, he lost. So Roy, I'm going to tell you right now, I think Jake Paul knocked Roy Jones out. But Roy Jones needs the money. And it's sad to just see when you have a great Russian fighter like Roy Jones still out here just, wanting to let people know that, hey, y'all must have forgot what I once was. That's right, even me. I was once a kind of way physically as well. I'm not that guy at 49. You at 55 are not that guy. Don't get in here messing around with Jake Paul. Jake Paul will beat him. He will beat him badly. I know people out here saying, nah, Hood, this is Roy, this is the Roy. No, this ain't. This is one of our legends who may have been the best fighter to ever put on a pair of gloves, right? Who's out here, man, just tarnishing his legacy, man. Because my understanding, he has a fight for money. Now, I've done videos on Roy Jones. Y'all can go check him out, but man made good money in his boxing career, but happened to squander it all, and bad investment dealings, bad business investments, and he just lost a lot of money, man. And then this guy had to, again, go over to Russia and become a Russian citizen, and so they could wipe away his debt. That was the agreement, but he had to put so much time and effort into their boxing program. But you look at him now, man. I mean, even if he beats Jake Paul, you don't really get any respect from a win over Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? But if he loses Jake Paul, people will pay attention. But we'll see if he can get himself into shape. But he's out here asking for the fight. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Jake Paul would want it at all. I just don't think Jake Paul would want to mess around with him. But they asked Roy Jones, how would he fight Jake Paul? And he said he hasn't really thought about it because me being me, I only think about being the best I can be, and I've never thought about that. Says I figure it out in the ring, and there was some talks about him fighting Chavez Jr. in an exhibition, Tommy Fury. It is what it is, but he said, I would jump on it if an opportunity like that presented itself. He's like, but it has to make sense for him to go and really get himself in shape to fight one of these guys. And he says right now for him, it'd be one of the biggest fights of the decade if he fought Jake Paul. But it's because of the money there, so I can't fault him for that. But I'm telling y'all right now, Roy doesn't need to fight Jake Paul. Because one thing I'm telling y'all, Jake Paul will not take it easy on him. He's going to try to hurt him, try to embarrass him. That's exactly what Jake Paul's going to try to do. He doesn't have a moral compass. Jake Paul's stupid. And he will get in there and think he did something by beating a 55-year-old Roy Jones or a 57-year-old Mike Tyson. So Roy Jones better know what he's getting into. One thing to get knocked out by Tarver, one thing to get knocked out by Glenn Johnson. But to get knocked out by El Gallo, Jake Paul, Jizzle P. I don't think Roy will ever be able to let that down and return back home to Russia and for his fellow countrymen in Russia to look at him the same. So anyway, we'll see what he does. But while he's trying to figure it out in what he wants to do, because in the ring, if he gets the fight, he'll figure out how to beat him in the ring. I'm telling you right now, there's nothing to figure out, Roy. Just don't goddamn do it. It's not worth it, but I understand. He wants some big money. Can't blame him. But I think he needs to just go away. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.